Welcome to the Man Utd stream, hope you're doing well. It's Sunday morning, it's a big day because we've got the Euro 2024 final against Spain and England. Who's your money on? It's going to be a tight game. Mainoo will of course be starting for England. Of course he has to start for England. He has been one of the sensations of this Euro 2024. But let's turn our attentions to the transfer news and Man Utd. We'll be bringing you all the latest developments and news on the Branthwaite and Delit deal. Then we'll talk about Sancho. What is going on with him? He has returned to training, but we're still hearing that he could still be up for sale. And finally in today's show, we're going to be discussing Ugarte news. Yes, Ugarte, the Uruguayan midfield player playing for PSG. Could he be on the verge of joining Man Utd? We'll be discussing that and lots more in today's show, so make sure you stick around, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news. Okay, so let's kick off today's show with news on Gerard Branthwaite. Yes, the Everton defender who Man Utd have been trying to get. They've made 2 offers, both have been rejected, and now the problem has even got worse for United because Everton have just agreed a £50 million deal to sell Onana to Aston Villa. That makes it even more difficult for Man Utd to go out there and get their man Branthwaite because Everton were financially struggling. But this £50 million cash injection into Everton will help the situation, and most people are now saying that Branthwaite will not be desperately needed to be sold by Everton, so they can sit back, relax and demand a lot more for Branthwaite. In fact, Everton believe that Branthwaite is worth in the excess of £70 million. Now, United haven't got that kind of money to throw around, and especially not for a centre-back. Now, Branthwaite is without a doubt a top talent, a very good potential, and could be one of the best centre-backs in the years to come. However, United do not want to agree a deal where they're having to pay lots of money up front to buy him and agree to pay Branthwaite a huge salary, which they do not want to do anymore. They want to move away from that kind of structure. They've learnt their lessons already, seeing what United did under the Glazers and how under the Glazers United offered huge contracts to players, paid them huge salaries, and what ended up happening was players would not want to leave United and sit there, like Harry Maguire and others. Now, just to make it clear, the Branthwaite deal is not off. It's still carrying on. United are still carrying on with negotiations. However, the negotiations have been made difficult with this signing of Onana, or the sale of Onana to Aston Villa. United feel that they're now going to find it very difficult to strong arm Everton into selling Branthwaite for a lesser price than what they already want. Now, the other option United have got and have kept in the bag is Delit, and Delit has agreed personal terms, and it's just a matter of time that they agree a figure with Bayern Munich, who are also willing to let Delit go. But many people are not too pleased with Delit. Now, the reason why they're not happy with Delit is because of his age. They feel that we're getting him quite expensive for someone who's got only a few years left in the locker, whereas someone like Branthwaite or Lenny Euro would have made better options because they're young defenders and they could have many years on the clock, so they would have been better to bring in at this stage. And of course, they are probably right. Branthwaite and Lenny Euro probably were the options that United had on top of the list, and Delit was a backup option, and it looks like United might end up with Delit now because Lenny is off to Real Madrid. Branthwaite will probably stick it out at Everton, and Delit will end up joining United. Still not a bad signing, still a decent player, a very good centre-back, and still has lots to give. However, many people will feel that Branthwaite was the one that United were after, and if not Branthwaite, it was Lenny Euro, and Delit was always a backup option. Let us know what you think about this. Do you feel Delit is a backup option, or do you feel that he was a main target by United and United wanted all 3 centre-backs if they got their hands on him? Let us know in the comments below what you think. Now, moving on to the Sancho news. Yesterday we heard Sancho had returned to United and back into training and had sorted it all out with Ten Hag, and they were now best of friends. However, we've also heard in the last 24 hours that Sancho could still will be up for sale. United are still looking at offers for him and will accept a decent offer if it arrives. This is again interesting news. It's good news from both sides. Sancho can move if he wants to, and United will get a higher fee, of course, because they can say to the negotiating party, well, look, we're happy to keep Sancho, we're happy to keep him at the club, but if you want him, there you go, here's what we want and you can take him. That's what I think's happening, and it's a clever move. It's a clever move by Ineos. It's a clever move by everyone behind the scenes, because that's what you need to do. You need to ensure that you get the highest price for these players. Just throwing Sancho away like he's worthless would have been absolutely horrendous for United and their bank balance. Now, finally, in today's show, we've heard further news on the Ugarte deal. Yes, Ugarte was mentioned about a week ago that he is being linked to United. United have inquired with PSG whether they'll sell him, and it looks like this transfer has reignited with Uruguay getting knocked out of the Copa America. Ugarte probably travelling back to Europe, and that's when United maybe can approach him and his agent and start negotiating personal terms. And once personal terms are agreed, United probably will approach PSG, but we're watching this very carefully, seeing what United do with this Ugarte deal. That is it for today's show. Make sure you drop a like and hit the subscribe button so you can stay updated on all the latest transfer news and more from United. You watching the Man United Stream channel.